Right then, this is a walk-around video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 1.6 SR diesel. This particular car has covered 57,000 miles, finished in black, and obviously one of these facelift model cars, which looks absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to apologise straight away. It's a lovely day, sun's out. Unfortunately, it does make for a really glary video, but I can't pick and choose when I do them at the moment, so I've got to do them when I can. But coming to the front of the car, really clean, lights, lenses, no cracks, no condensation. Bumper very good indeed. Bottom of the car, really clean. I can't see any obvious stone chips there, although there obviously is going to be somewhere. Near side of the car, I'll come back on myself to do this, so get the sun out of the way. Near side front alloy, beautiful condition. It hopefully won't be quite so glary for you. Panel work lovely and clean. Near side rear alloy again, absolutely fantastic. And around the back of the car, very nice. There is, I think I saw the odd tiny little mark, but nothing dramatic. I'm going to get my shadow out of the way as well. Offside, driver's side wheel, again all very nice. Final alloy, again absolutely lovely. And they are really handsome looking cars. This facelift model is a particularly sought after one. It's just a beautiful looking thing. Right, so I parked the car in the shade for this next bit, just so, because the interior is even worse to try and do when it's bright and sunny, but you've got a massive boot with those quick folding rear seats there. Coming to the back, wide opening rear doors. And this is where all the damage is normally done on these CR-Vs, where the kids sit, but in all honesty the back seats are in absolutely beautiful condition. SR looks fantastic with this half leather. Coming to the front now on the passenger side, again all very clean and tidy. Passenger seat again on the front in really fabulous condition there. So finally come to the driver's door card, again all very clean. Footwell areas, again lovely and clean. Full set of mats in the car, which obviously all look good in the car. Driver's seat, the only one which shows any kind of wear, but even that's absolutely minuscule. So inside the car now, engine's running through this section so the dash can be seen illuminated, as I always do. Sat nav, you can see there, working exactly as it should. If I pop the car into reverse, you get that lovely big clear parking camera, all working, let's say, absolutely fine. Zone climate control system again, all working perfectly, but it's just been kept so well. Binnacle there, 57,973 miles. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all. But it is very nice in here. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key are both here and present with the car. Right then, this is a road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V. It's a 1.6 SR diesel. This particular car is registered RX16OAS, and mileage at the start of the road test is 57,968 miles. As I always say, the reason we do these videos is very simple indeed. It's basically so that if anyone's looking at the car online, they actually get to see the very car that we're advertising in operation. And we feel it's really important because all too often you can go and see a car which can look perfectly good in the description, only to get there and drive it and find out it's got a fundamental issue that shows up whilst driving the car. So that's why we do it. Also done on these very quiet country roads very close to our premises, and this actually forms part of the road test routes any prospective buyer would go on. The reason is obvious, so hopefully then what we're experiencing today should be what you would experience yourself. So coming to the car itself, very well looked after vehicle, has to be said. Mechanically it's been wonderfully maintained throughout its life, and it feels it straight away. Engine starts immediately of course and settles to completely smooth, even idle. There's no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and temperature gauge is running into third now, and the car's been running for quite some time, so up to full operating temperature. The engines are absolutely brilliant. It's very smooth and quiet in operation, only really obviously a diesel in the lowest of gears. When you're up and running like now, it's very smooth, and it pulls really, really well. Don't think for a second, because it's kind of only a 1 litre at 1.6, that it won't have enough grunt, because it's quite the opposite. You put your foot down and it picks up straight away with real vigour. The engines also give amazing economy in what I always refer to as the kind of the real world of driving. Day in, day out, fuel economy is 99% down to the driver and how you drive, of course. But some cars are very hard to get the fuel economy out of, but CR-V isn't one of them. They are very, very fuel efficient cars. They're cam chain driven, no cam belts to worry about on these, so no big service looming, and a reputation in the trade has been by far and away the most reliable diesel engine in current production. It's an absolutely fantastic unit, it really is. Engine then feeds through into clutch and gearbox. Clutch in the car absolutely perfect, bike point exactly where it's meant to be, and it's nice and smooth in the pedal travel as well. Gearbox, as always on these CR-Vs, brilliant thing to use. It's short and shift, crisp, mechanical in feel. It's just so much better than most out there, because it could easily, as I always say, it could easily go to one of Honda's much more sporty cars. It's that nice to use, and the positioning of the gear lever is absolutely brilliant as well. And that feels absolutely as new, it has to be said. It really, really does. Steering of the car, really nicely weighted. It makes the car feel very secure and solid on the road. Again, too many cars have over light power steering, and it can make the cars feel very, very nervous sometimes, but kind of completely devoid of feel. It also tracks absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, so all in good order there. What I like about it, of course, is the fact that it also allows the car to flow very nicely. It works very well with the power steering setup on the car, the chassis of the car. They've done a very nice job of matching it. The chassis gives you a very compliant ride, is very comfortable indeed, but also allows the car to have, or gives the car very good body control through the corners. You get far less sort of heaving and yoing going on in the car that you can in some of its competitors as well. What I'm looking for on these road tests, by the way, is when I'm hitting a bump like that one and these, just listening out underneath for any kind of clunks or mechanical noises that shouldn't actually be there. It's normally simple stuff like sort of drop links and that kind of stuff, but there's nothing at all. It's absolutely solid as a rock underneath the vehicle. I'll just wait here, don't want to pull out on that car. I'm going to give the brakes a bit of a shove in a second. I know they're very good, because when we did the mechanical checks on the car earlier in the service, it looks like brand new discs and pads have been fitted on the front of the car very, very recently indeed. So you'd expect them to be good, and they are, but I'm going to give them a bit of a shove. But yeah, really, really solid brake pedal on the car. And again, I'm just looking to make sure there's no kind of pulsing coming back through the brake pedal or any sort of vibrations at all, and there is nothing. Absolutely spot on in that respect. I do apologise, by the way, doing this video a little bit later in the day than it ordinarily would, which means it's a bit glary. The sun wasn't out when I started, and it's frustrating when it comes out because it does make it a little bit glary, but I have to do them as and when I can, so I do apologise. Coming to the interior, the first thing you notice, of course, is just how well built these things are. There's not a squeak or a rattle from the interior. It is beautifully put together. It's also a lovely place to sit. We've got this really fantastic half leather interior, which is in lovely condition in here. Dashboard is very highly equipped, but also very simple to use as well. We've got this big screen sat nav all working exactly as it should. Climate control system, which I've got on now, is absolutely ice cold, and we checked that in a warm workshop earlier on. Again, it's lovely and cold coming out of there. Wonderful quality switch gear in the car. They're really beautifully damped and manufactured switches. They seem petty things, but they're the sort of things that are great after a while if things sort of fall off or that kind of thing. Heated seats on the SRs, again, all checked and working. Dash in front of me is, or the binnacle itself is lovely and simple in terms of the information it's trying to impart, and does a very nice job of doing it without overcomplicating things. Steering wheel I love on these because it's really small in diameter, but again by comparison to lots of other SUVs, and it makes the car feel really nice to kind of manoeuvre around, and it feels like new to hold, in all honesty. As I said at the start of the video, the point of it is very simple indeed. It is literally just to show the car in operation, but to feed back, you know, as I said, any kind of obvious issues that would manifest themselves while going along. The car drives faultlessly. It just feels like I'm driving along in a new car. It's that tight. It's got that lovely tight feel on the road. As always though, if you've got any questions, don't hesitate, do give us a call.